First order of business is Andrew Tate. Did you hear about Andrew Tate? I'm sure you heard about Andrew Tate. I mean, as much as you be working, I'm sure you got time for Top G.
I mean, he's in my algorithm, so he pops up.
Yeah. So he most recently, for those who don't know, he just had an interview for the BBC or with the BBC. They interviewed him, and it was kind of like a hit job they were trying to do because on the BBC's channel they released a 12-minute interview that that they did when they went to his house. But if you go on his channel and people who follow him, the total amount of time that they interviewed him was 38 minutes. And so you go from a 12-minute interview to a 38-minute interview. That's like 26 minutes of an interview cut out. And it's basically painting the narrative that has been consistent since he's been, on the mainstream media side. And they continue to ask him the exact same questions when it comes to those allegations. And you have all these girls who are coming forward and saying all these things, and they don't highlight any of the good stuff. In fact, in their interview, they negated all the good stuff that he talked about, as far as giving a charity and helping men out who have depression, how he wants to take care of women and cherish women and all this. And so I saw that, I was like, bruh, this is an insanely obvious attack and narrative that they're trying to throw his way. But on my for how I look at it, it was like it kind of counteract any kind of productivity on the BBC's part, because they got owned. Mm-hmm. I feel like they got owned in that part. So I mean, haven't seen it. What were your thoughts about it?
I thought, first of all, I was like, why is Tate doing this interview?
Right.
and then I realized he literally is doing this interview to spite that other dude. No, his name was Matthew, or
he was with the BBC too, though, right?
No, he was with Vice, and then
he was with Vice.
He tried to jump to the BBC to do that interview. Probably just a one-time deal type thing. And I just thought that was absolutely hilarious, because he's basically like 50 Cent level petty.
Yeah.
Because you got to think, it's his comeback interview. First of all, the interview was trash.
Yeah. Yeah.
So even though it got tens of millions of views, it's trash. He's going to be able to get another interview because, that was not a real interview. Like you said, it was a hit piece, which at this point, I don't even know why they tried. They had to come to his facility to do the interview. Of course he's going to record it.
Only makes sense.
It's like, bro, they had to have known that. And, for the umpteenth time, people who are actually paying attention get to see that Andrew Tate is not what they're trying to portray him to be. So I think it just shows that legacy media outlets they're not there for journalism. They're not there for the truth. They have a narrative. They have bosses, and they're just doing what they're told. She refused to even ask him any questions outside of these weird questions about allegations that have already been dropped. You're bringing up allegations where the women who said, yeah, he did XYZ have been caught lying.
That's how you could tell she did a piss poor job.
No, it's not about that. They know that. Everybody knows that. Anybody who has done any real effort looking into this knows that. So it's just like he knows they know that. So I don't know, man. It's just a waste of time at this point.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be it would have been cool to get an understanding of, because I mean, like he was saying in an interview, he's like, you ain't even asked me how was my time serving 6 months or being in that prison, his encounters, maybe things that he's experienced or learned. That would have been a good insight.
Or what was it like to be in prison for 3 months but not have any charges. Like,
Right.
no charges, bro. Like,
Yeah, that's how you could definitely tell. Man, yeah, she got got. I would have. Who would? Okay, if he didn't do well, since he did the interview with the BBC, and it didn't go the way that we would have liked, maybe expected, but not had liked. Who would be like the perfect person to interview him? You can think of?
yeah, easy. Valuetainment.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder if they would have allowed them to travel. Obviously, they could travel, but to interview Andrew Tate, because obviously, if someone like a Fresh and Fit or a Valuetainment, if they actually interviewed Andrew Tate, it would give us the narrative that we would want.
Well, Fresh and Fit's going to give a skewed narrative. They're going to be biased. I think Valuetainment would be more neutral.
Yeah,
Like, they like Andrew over there, so there's no doubt about that. But the interview would be more professional. It would be, neutral, so we could actually see what's going on versus just his friends interviewing him. Plus, they have a huge platform. They're very respected, and they're not journalists.
yeah.
So, and then can't remember the name of the man who founded it, but he's already a billionaire. If I'm not
PBD?
mistaken. Yeah, well, I don't know his
Patrick
name.
Bet-David?
Patrick, okay. Yeah, he's already a billionaire, if I'm not mistaken, or very close to it. Just very, very wealthy, very well off. He doesn't work for any organization. He built Valuetainment from the ground up. So that would be a great outlet. There's other ones that are much smaller.
What do you think about Joe Rogan? I mean, obviously, we know Joe Rogan won't go out to interview someone, but just that dynamic of Andrew Tate and Joe Rogan.
So here's the thing. For whatever reason, I don't know what the truth is, because I'm confused. But it seems like Joe Rogan doesn't want to interview Andrew Tate.
Oh, he said he would.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, because he would talk with his MMA friend, who's now a fighter. Can't think of his name at the top of the head. I mean, he was now a comedian. Sorry, MMA guy who's now a comedian. Andrew Schwab. I don't know, something like that. But I think it'll be a nice link up, because I feel like Andrew Tate and Joe Rogan will have a lot to talk about, and
it'll be a nice long format sit down. Obviously, Andrew doesn't smoke weed, but Joe will be smoking his weed.
He'll probably smoke cigar with him, because they smoke cigars.
Yeah, he'll smoke a cigar, but he don't smoke weed, so he'll they'll be smoking.
Or he could have an Elon Musk moment where he smokes weed once.
I 100% doubt that.
I doubt it too.
Because he's
I can't
an
imagine him.
athlete.